Welcome to our channel, Fiction Wizard, a fantasy story explainer.
The chief of the White Tiger Guild thinks about Sung Jinwoo. Sung Jinwoo has made it through 3 accidents safely so far. First was the double air incident. Second was the death of Hwang Dong-suk's entire party. Third, the most recent case, was the guild's monitoring supervisor's murder incident. Sung Jinwoo and Yu Jin-ho became acquainted during the second case. The most important thing about Yu Jin-ho is his relation to Jin-Woo architecture. There is a rumor going around that Chairman Yu Mung-han is recruiting skilled hunters with the intent of founding a guild. If this is true, it won't be strange for Yu Jin-ho to profit from this. The recruitment of skilled hunters, E-rank Sung Jinwoo, clearing C-rank gates with insane speed. That means Hunter Sung Jinwoo could be a reawakened person. The chief tells about every assumption his assistant makes Sung Jinwoo reawakened. Otherwise, there's no way he would have survived these 3 incidents. Each time, it was a major accident where many of the participants died. There's no other explanation for it. In the latest incident report, a C-rank magician and an Ankh healer combined their strength to stop the supervising hunter, but that's impossible. He was a B-rank assassin. Magic doesn't work well against assassins, and he wasn't stupid, so he would have taken care of the healer first. In reality, it was a C-rank magician versus a B-rank assassin. That only leaves the possibility of someone else taking down the hunter from the monitoring department. Back then, the only survivors were the B-rank healer and the C-rank magician, and the E-rank hunter Sung Jinwoo. Nobody else. That only leaves one person to be suspicious. It seems like it, asked the assistant, but the chief and Sangmin. Where are we going right now? Replied by Chief. Where? We'll go scouting. To think that the chief himself would go scouting. This isn't a normal occurrence. Let's go. After listening to that, assistant shocked. The scene shifts to the dungeon where Sung Jinwoo fights with monsters, and there is no need to effort to kill monsters. After seeing that Jin-Woo thinks was he also hiding that skill all this time, it seems like he's stronger than before. A notification occurs, which shows the status of abilities of Sung Jinwoo. Think Sung Jinwoo that I've leveled up quite a bit and obtained some fun skills. Sung Jinwoo drinks the mana potion. The rune obtained from Gang Taeshik's corpse had his skill. I'm reluctant to use it, but it has greater efficiency than my other skills. The problem is the continuous mana consumption. I wasn't going to increase my intelligence stat, but it seems like I might have to. Suddenly a monster roared in the face of Sung Jinwoo, then Jin-Woo attacked on monster. Within 1 second the monster was knocked out. A notification pop up that you leveled up and Woo says this seems Woo. Has the player reached the required level? Another notification pops up of the job change quest. The scene shifts to outside the dungeon and the chief says, what is? Is this a playground? All other team members enjoy outside the dungeon. The chief thinks, what's going on? Why is everyone waiting outside the gate? A team member, Hunter Girl, interacts with the chief. This is a no-entry zone. Who are you two? Who's this kid? The chief asked. Kid, don't get in the way of an adult's work. Yeah, there's even a gate here. It's dangerous. I'm a hunter too. So can you not treat me as a child? A hunter. Are you a member of this party as well? Yes. Will things become awkward if I say that they didn't even enter the dungeon with the party members? The chief thinks Sung Jinwoo. If my intuition is correct, you're a recruit that only comes once in a long times. Why you're special? The party leader is returning. Get ready to move. Sung Jinwoo asked, what's the schedule for tomorrow? I forgot that I have something important to do, so leave tomorrow's plans empty. Replied Jin-Woo. Tomorrow, sir? I've already reserved the dungeons, but if it's urgent then I will cancel them. Jin-Woo asked, is there a need to cancel? Jin-Woo replied, sir, if you reserve a gate and don't enter within 2 days it cancels automatically. Then leave it reserved for now, says Jin-Woo. Hunter Sung Jinwoo. Nice to meet you. I'm the chief of the 2nd Department of Management at the White Tiger Guild. White Tiger Guild. The scene shifts to the coffee shop. Hunters, Reaper, Knights, Fame, and us, a White Tiger. You should have heard of those at least once. Of course, the White Tiger Guild is one of South Korea's best guilds. I'll get to the point. We want to recruit you into the White Tiger Guild for twice the amount that Eugene Architectures offered you. See, there's no need to stall. Get right to the decisive moment. If you do well compared to your assumed skill, the pay can increase. Replied Sung Jinwoo. How's that? It should be a surprising offer for a hunter who was E-rank until recently. Much is the White Tiger Guild's building price for you to make an offer like this? The chief replied with hesitating, excuse me? What does that mean? We're not using all the floors, but it should be around 50 billion. Sung Jinwoo replied, and you want to hand that over to me? Chief said I'm not sure what you're talking about. Chief asked 30 billion. Jin-Woo offered some of 30 billion for the building. Sung Jinwoo replied, if you're offering twice their price, doesn't that mean you're offering your 50 billion White Tiger building? Chief thinks just how great is his ability that Jin-Woo offered 30 billion to him. They have not even reviewed his rank yet. Isn't he just bluffing because there's no way to confirm it? If you think I'm bluffing, I can confirm it for you. Since he offered twice the amount, I thought he had even heard about my deal with Jin-Ho, but it doesn't look like he knows about it. He's not bluffing. Says Chief, such a high price goes past my abilities. If you give me some time, I can negotiate with the guild's higher-ups. Then we're finished here, replied Sung Jinwoo. Did I rush it too much, Chief, with pressure? If I had just found out the details of Jin-Woo's offer, got permission from the guild, and took small and steady steps, right, says Sung Jinwoo. How did you obtain this information about me? Did you research my background, asked Sung Jinwoo. Yes, replied Chief. Suddenly Jinwoo disappeared from the vision and gave a small cut on the face of Chief. Stealth don't turn around, says Sung Jinwoo. The Chief thought if he was a reawakened person who could even use stealth, then it sensed that John would make such a careless offer. I didn't order the research on purpose. Somebody working in our guild noticed that somebody was clearing C-rank dungeons at an extremely fast rate, so we dug into it and found you in 3 major accidents that occurred recently. I have no evidence that 3 times is not a coincidence anymore. Because of your reawakening, you received the abilities of a high-ranked hunter and overcame all those accidents. Jin-Woo must have seen your skill during the second raid and is receiving a test from his father's guild similar to what you are doing now. Considering all those points, everything comes together and we arrive at where stands now. After listening to all explanations, Sung Jinwoo asked how many people knew about me. Me and one of my subordinates. It looks like it was noticed to clear C-rank gates too quickly, thought Sung Jinwoo. I do not want the number of people who know about me to increase. Sung Jinwoo says, if perhaps a rumor about me starts spreading, can I take it as your and your subordinate's responsibility? Chief replied, I'm required to formally report this to the guild master. Chief says, but I don't want to die. I'll warn my subordinate properly as well. Thank you, says the chief with a deep breath. Then Sung Jinwoo says, because we cleared too many crank dungeons, it looks like we've been a nuisance to the White Tiger Guild. Unfortunately, we don't have plans to stop for a while. That's a problem. We're running out of gates to train our recruits. It's not like we can send them to higher ranked gates. Sung Jinwoo says, then how about we make a deal? The chief asked with a surprised expression, a deal? Then Jin-Woo says, we'll sell 3 of our C-rank gate reservations. Of course, this is a special offer only today. If you don't take this chance, it will be hard to reserve a crank gate for a while. After listening to this offer, the chief asked, are you a door-to-door salesman? Since gates don't only spawn in the metropolitan areas, we can train the recruits down in other provinces. The only problem is that it could create conflicts between us and other major guilds. I accept. How much is it in total? The chief asked the price of dungeons. Sung Jinwoo says, let's say 300 million each. Chief replies with surprise, the maximum price in mana crystals and magic crystals you can get from a CC rank dungeon is 200 million. If you're selling for that price, we will make a loss. 300 million is a bit difficult for us S0. How about 200 million? Sung Jinwoo replied, okay then. Is it done? 3 C-rank gates, a total of 600 million. Send it to my account. And this is a gift from me. Would you please open your mouth? After that, Jin-Woo pour the healing potion to the chief's mouth to heal the wound of the chief. What is this ability? My wound, thinks Chief. The fact that you just showed me your stealth and healing abilities. Can I take that as a sign of your trust? Asked the chief. If it means that you will at least keep my secret. After saying that, Sung Jinwoo go from there. The assistant came to the chief and asked about what that light had just then. Did things not go well with Sung Jinwoo? Chief replied, I think we've met a much more formidable person than we thought. The scene shifts to Sung Jinwoo, who is talking on the phone with Jin-Woo, and Jin-Woo says, sir, it's been transferred 600 million, just like you said. To think that a cancelled gate sold for this much. To whom did you sell it? Asked Jin-Woo. Sung Jinwoo replied it was a trade secret. The scene shifts to the second manager's office, and the assistant says, Chief. Chief replied, what? The assistant said there were cranky gates left in our area, and all the bidding prices are below 10 million. Could it be? After listening, the chief asked John if the team hadn't reserved a single crankgate today. I think we've been had, Chief. Jin-Woo team had no interest in raiding tomorrow from the beginning. I failed to scout Sung Jinwoo and even got scammed. What does this mean? He did it without fear that I might reveal his identity. Then a message was received in the phone of the chief from an unknown number. Ugh. Sung Jinwoo says the deal was his money background's a tough one. I didn't think that he would contact me. Did he send the message after memorizing the number on my business card? That's enough. Let's be satisfied we found out Sung Jinwoo's number for now. Our final goal is to recruit Sung Jinwoo. The money we use today isn't much to the White Tiger Guild. I might get in trouble with the guild master though. The scene shifts to Sung Jinwoo. Well, let's begin. Jin-Woo going for a job change task. Seems interesting to wonder what kind of monsters will be in there. At last. This game seemed to start for real. Sung Jinwoo starts fighting with knights, and all the attacks go in vain. My attacks aren't dealing damage, he's not that strong. It's just that his armor is too thick for my dagger to penetrate. The monster thinks his movements are dull, and his attacks don't have much force. His only good point is his defense. He has no skills. Doesn't he know that the bigger the motion, the bigger the opening? I already have experience against an opponent with armor so thick that my dagger didn't work on it, thinks Sung Jinwoo. Sung Jinwoo knows out monsters with hand-to-hand battles easily. This type of monster is weak against drawn-out battles. Can you even call it a proper monster? A doll-type monster. It's going to be annoying if more of these guys show up in the future. Since I'm using a torch instead of a luminous stone, it's pretty dark here. Like an instant dungeon, I can't exit until I clear it. So I have to conserve my mana as much as possible. The most annoying thing is that damage accumulates. A notification pops up that you cannot use stealth and healing power. Stealth and vital strikes have good efficiency, but they also consume a lot of mana. So if it knew this would happen, it would have put some points into intelligence. Unknown difficulty, no healing, no retreat. This dungeon is too risky. This job changes the quest. I can't underestimate it. I don't know how many hours or how many weeks it will take me to clear the quest. So it's bad that I can't heal. Suddenly a thought ran through Sung Jinwoo's mind. Wait, did I do my daily quest today? Sung Jinwoo asked himself. I thought this would be over quickly and I could finish it in one night. If I take longer than 12 hours, I might become centipede prey like last time. This isn't good. I better get a job quickly and finish my daily quest. Wait, I ran away like hell last time. But if I'd face it right now, could I beat the centipede, thinks Sung Jinwoo? Before that, I'll have to take care of these muscle heads who only trust their defense. A fierce fight is taking place between Sung Jinwoo and the monsters. If I can't cut them, it can just target where their bones would be. Notification pops up, 3 knights knock. There's a few that drop some decent items. It's great that armor-type items don't force you to show their designs. Jin-Woo opens inventory and uses armor for protection. Someone looked at me, and I would become a laughing stock. Will it defend me? Suddenly a knight appears in the front, and Sung Jinwoo penetrates easily. Stealth? There are even monsters with stealth? A magician this time? Moreover, it uses blaze magic. Stealth, and the same type of magic that Jo Gyuhwan used. What's going on here? Sung Jinwoo is in big trouble. It's as if it's replaying the fight from last time. This place is harder than I thought. Since there are diverse types of monsters, I need to utilize different stats for each of them. Strength for knights, sense for assassins, agility for archers, and vitality for magicians. If I drop points from strength, I can't break the knight's armor. Also, if I have a low, since I have a lot of trouble with assassins. Because I didn't put any points into intelligence, I have to save as much mana as possible and stop using skills altogether. My fatigue is accumulating. I have to finish this as fast as possible. The longer this goes on, the worse it gets for me. I'll have to close my eyes for a while and lower my fatigue. Darn it. They're not giving me a chance to rest. Sung Jinwoo Drinwaterai leveled up quite a bit and gathered a lot of items. I also lowered my fatigue, so should start heading to the next stage. Sung Jinwoo also wears armor with different powers. Even after I leveled up this much, I can't compare to it. Sung Jinwoo reaches the front of the big red gate. The skill of the thing behind the door, that's the boss room. A chilliness that makes your spirit shiver. A king's throne room? Eyes, ears, fingertips. That I remember this sensation. It's the same as in the double layer. This chilly feeling. It looks like this strong energy comes from this guy. A knight commander standing while holding a sword whose name has blood red Igris. A dark red name. It's different from the others. A knight that protects the empty throne. It's coming. Igris cut the pillars like toffee. What an insanely strong bastard. Sung Jinwoo attacks the Igris with his dagger. It's not penetrating, and the Tigress also reverse attacks on Sung Jinwoo, which is why huge damage occurs. The armor speed reduction is only applied if your strength is below 80. This guy's strength is definitely over 80. Its destructiveness is higher than mine, same for agility, and its armor can block my dagger, which means even its defense is higher. Is there even a way I can beat this, says Sung Jinwoo. It's even stronger than imagined. I don't think I can win without a weapon, but if I can't penetrate the armor, I can't deal damage anyway. A fierce fight is taking place between the Sung Jinwoo and monster. Suddenly, Sung Jinwoo drops his dagger after seeing that Igris shows respect and also drops his weapons. This might be even worse. Chivalry? You're not taking me seriously. Igris attacked Jin-Woo with full strength. I guarded that hit, but it feels like I still lost around 500 health. I won't come out alive if I keep taking direct hits. It's still insanely strong even without its sword. How do I say Igris? Then put up a decent fight against this monster, thought Sung Jinwoo. Even if I lost in strength, I still have speed. A fierce fight is taking place between the Sung Jinwoo and Igris. If my defense increased due to my passive skill, I still have chances. I can't give up, says Sung Jinwoo. A fierce fight takes place between Sung Jinwoo and the monster, and in the end, Sung Jinwoo almost loses the fight. After seeing this, Igris called his sword to end this fight with the death of Jin-Woo. Suddenly, Jin-Woo uses a high knight gauntlet to stop the attack of Igris, and says I haven't lost yet. And the attack on Igris with Igris's dagger that penetrates the armor of Igris won't hand this item over to anyone else, says Jin-Woo. Igris roar, I can take back my stolen dagger, and call it again. It's shallow. A bit more. Sung Jinwoo uses attack skills multiple times and the end Tigris is knocked out. Did I win? That was close. Ability, technique, skill, experience. I wasn't better in any of those. It's pure luck that I managed to win. If I made a mistake, it would have died. If it's this strong, it could fight toe-to-toe with an A-rank hunter and not fall behind. Items. The rewards came after defeating the Igris. Point 4 at once E. This reward is on another level. It looks like it was worth risking my life here after all. They gave me as much gold as I have right now. To think that my gold doubled in an instant. Furthermore, an S-rank item, excluding the Demon Castle key. Isn't it the first time I've got my hand on a piece of S-rank equipment? The stats are on another level too. Even with the 15% damage reduction, it would be amazing, plus 20 stats on vitality and strength as well. That's incredible. Level 2. And a rune stone as well. I wonder what skill it contains. And a hearthstone. Why was given a hearthstone? This was the boss's room. If a hearthstone was dropped, does that mean the quest is not over yet? I knew it. There's no way that was the end. A notification occurs the longer you last. The more points you can collect that will place you into a higher tier job. Points? If they were on the level of ideas, the first enemies would have been impossible to beat. Every second means more points. So the chance of obtaining a hidden class goes up the longer the timer goes on, befitting for a job change quest. Jin-Woo hides himself with stealth. My remaining mana is 390. Stealth requires 200 mana on use. Still have 190 mana left. To maintain stealth, 1 mana is consumed every second D. That means I can buy 3 minutes with stealth. I still have enough HP and MP. I'll try to last as long as possible. The magician is using the skill of detection and detecting Sung Jinwoo. Did it detect me through my stealth? Bloodlust's mana consumption is 100. I only get one chance. I have to deal with as many as possible during this window. They come out of the gates faster than I can deal with them. Damn it, I took this too lightly. I used too much mana on stealth. At thickset, I won't be able to use any skills soon. Should I use the hearthstone? I'm not sure what I gain from obtaining a job, but at my current level, the difficulty is too high. The time, it's only been 5 minutes. There's no way I have to leave. A fierce fight is taking place between Sung Jinwoo and the knights. Such a precious chance. Because was at rock bottom, I longed for the highest place. I know the sadness of being weak more than anyone. How much help can an E rank be even in the guild is the same. We have to send people who have war potential. That guy. Phew. Doesn't that guy always hire behind teammates to stay alive? 2. Think that someone who can't even kill one monster properly is a hunter and his nickname is the world's weakest? Not the strongest? Bro, that's what we call S-rank hunters. Sungi's considered to be the weakest. I mean, he's weak enough to get hurt in an E-rank dungeon. Is he the weakest? Yeah, he's probably the weakest of us all. If he is weak, that means our dungeon will be weak as well since he isn't. I see. Hey, he mishears. Sung, you've done what you can. How about getting some rest, Jin-Woo? Please get some rest now. Wasn't you fearful you always move away from the safe road, and once with death on every occasion? Isn't it great frontline that an E-rank hunter like you was able to grow this much? Isn't that right, Sung Jinwoo? Wow, is this me? I can't believe that we're the same person. You're taller, gained a lot of muscle, and look sharper. You look quite strong as well. But the only thing that changed was your appearance. You're still a weakling. What's the difference between you and me? You got yourself in a situation where you're in front of death once more. E-rank hunter Sung Jinwoo is the end, that's all you are. If you don't know how to control yourself, your courage becomes recklessness. Shut up. A fierce fight is taking place between Sung Jinwoo and the monster. You have a long way to go. From now on, you have to kill more people and sacrifice or leave behind a lot of people, including friends and family. You will be the one to bring about your demise. Wait, it's the same as back then. But what happened after that? I can't remember. They say that luck is also a skill. It looks like leaving you to die here is too much of a waste for it. See you. This is the penalty zone? Wait, didn't complete my daily quest today? It thought this would be over quickly and it could finish it in one night. This isn't good. I better get a job quickly and finish my daily quest. If I take longer than 12 hours, I might become centipede prey like last time. Wait, to run away like hell last time. Slit, if I'd face it right now, could I beat the centipede? Looking back, I didn't do today's daily quest, so the time for it ran out. What good timing. To think that I would come out alive from that situation. Good luck. The longer you last, the more points you can collect that will place you into a higher tier job. Was the quest so hard that it had to wish me luck? Didn't mean to encourage me to get a high amount of points? You like, store. I think it's the first time that my fatigue went above 90. Since I'm stacked with gold, I should use the highest grade potion. Your fatigue is being restored. While my fatigue can restored, my health cannot look like potions don't restore HP if I'm seriously wounded. It looks like the only way is to wait until it naturally restores itself. I don't know about the job change quest dungeon zone, but maybe I'll be able to heal my HP through leveling up in here, even if I might die in one hit. I've never felt better. The question of the monsters will help me level up, but I shouldn't have worried about that. If the pain doesn't kill me, it will only make me stronger. To Sung Jinwoo, who killed many monsters and gained level. As expected, penalty zones allow you to heal through leveling up. Since I can use the store as well, I can keep healing the rest with potions. 3 minutes before I return to the job change quest. It still has some time to prepare. Rasaka's Fong isn't enough to pierce through the knight's defense. I'll have to do everything I can. I need a stronger weapon. Sung Jinwoo purchases everything he needs. Penalty remaining time, 0 home in 4 SEC. This is my last chance. I guess this is the most I can prepare. I'll have to leave the next part up to my luck. Their numbers grew immensely within a few hours. A fierce fight is taking place between Sung Jinwoo and the Knight's Night Killer's effect is helpful. It's so much more effective than just fighting with my bare hands. Something is discomforting about this stage. I don't feel my level rising at all, even when I'm up against these numbers. In the penalty zone, I killed the centipedes and leveled up, and even Commander Igris gave me experience. The system said that the healing effect from leveling up would be restricted. Not that leveling up itself was restricted. Although the magicians have been using incantations all this time, they haven't directly attacked me even once. Only the knights have been attacking. Then what magic could the magicians be casting? A rebuff or some kind of curse magic? No, I can't feel anything like that. Summoning magic? As time passes, the knights appear from the gate and increase their numbers no matter how many I strike down. Knights won't want me experience. These aren't normal monsters. They are monsters that have been summoned by someone else, so they don't have any experience. The summoners were the last ones that came out of the gate. Magicians. It's you guys. You have slain a magician. It seems like the knights were being summoned through the gate by the magicians. This is not the end. I have to find the remaining magicians. You may have found my position, but thanks to that, I found yours as well. 5 magicians are remaining. Only 4 left? A fierce fight is taking place between the Sung Jinwoo and magicians. How long are you going to hide behind your knights? The numbers decreased in exchange for destructiveness. It would have taken more time if they weren't grouped up while summoning the golem. Is it over? Or will something else appear? It's over. I'll get a job since I use a dagger. It's obvious that should choose assassin. Granted, I'm not allowed to choose. I put all my stats in strength and agility. I'll probably get either warrior due to my high strength or assassin because of my agility, or perhaps a tank is possible as well with my high vitality stat. It'll be one of those 3. Either way, I'll become stronger. What is it saying? From the text, it seems like a warrior. Army of the dead? Wait, this is my job? Sung Jinwoo makes a word to use the summoning magic. Firstly, Jin-Woo raised an army of knights and also magicians. After that, Jin-Woo thinks if he raised the Igris. After that, he walks to Igris's body and a command arises. We see an explosion. Spread. Point 1 try is a loss. Jin-Woo again tries to arise, but in vain. The last chance to arise. Sung Jinwoo tells Igris to protect him and not waste his skills to protect the empty throne, and then commands Igris raised in the shadow army.